I must say, if you live in America and you were born here and you're grown up and you're 50 plus, good luck if you're below 5.
Facts, right? I'm not a 10. There's no way.
How racist are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Racist? Oh.
Oh my God.
And be honest.
How racist are you on a
I'm a
scale
good
from
7.
I'd like to say 10,
7,
but
6?
I think being white, I can't say that.
Yeah. So, okay, no, 10 means like super racist.
Oh, I thought it was the other way
I
around.
joke racist with my friends.
I hate everybody equally.
How racist are you?
0.
0. The type of family I come from, the type of people I'm around a diverse, family, people, and things like that. So no.
Not racist at all.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say so.
How racist are you?
Between a 3 and 4 of
Okay.
racist?
I would say 4.
A 4, just because I think that there are things that I'm ignorant to, so it's not that I sit here to be racist, but I think that there's just things that I still need to learn.
10.
Like, I definitely feel like I could have better thoughts, like the initial thoughts, and like try to unlearn a lot of things, so.
I'm a 1 due to accidental racism.
Now, give me an example of accidental racism.
I'm Filipino, and sometimes I will mistake some people for like different Asian races.
For me, because I'm
come
Asian,
on,
I definitely
bro.
will acknowledge, like, there are times where I'm like,
He's a
damn, like
0.
my people really be doing this.
Growing up in like an Asian household, it's more like we discriminate against each other. It was always just like, oh yeah, if you're Chinese, then you're like cheap with like money, but you have money. Korean, then you're gonna be someone that's just kind of like put yourself above everyone else, super stuck up.
Yeah.
In my Vietnamese household, I feel like Vietnamese people, they're a little bit more judgy, and so everywhere you go, there'd be things like they would point out, and so that's why I started noticing that too.
Well, sometimes I'm making joke of myself as being on Asian. I can do this, right? There was some bad driver I see. I'm just saying, I think she is a female Asian driver. I can say because myself.
do the female
How
driver.
racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
Towards my own race, probably like a 5.
Who's your own race?
I'm Asian and white, so those are the 2 races I usually pick on.
I'm Latinx. I was born in Mexico. Like sometimes I meet other Latinx people,
Yeah,
and
they
they
are.
tell me like some situation. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's such a Mexican thing.
How racist are you on a scale of 1 to 10? What's your number?
Consciously, I want to say 1.
I mean, I
1?
would say like a 1.
1.
Probably like 1.5.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
I have to be a 5.
Yes.
I feel like saying 1 is almost ignorant of all the unconscious biases that I probably carry.
Yeah,
So
but if you're a 1, you could say you're...
I try to actively work to be a 1.
1, ideally. 1.
Ideally.
Hopefully
What
not
about-
anything.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a 5. No. I'm honestly a 5.
Ignore.
I'm a 5 racist.
Actually,
But as a
hopefully
jokes,
around that
as
too.
jokes.
How racist are you?
Probably 2. My mom was pretty broad-minded, and she made us broad-minded. We had plenty of contact with everybody. There was
A
Hispanics,
0.
and
God.
colored people, and
Come on, we all did racist jokes
Oriental
before, man.
people, and I know
We
the
keep it
words
100.
are all changed now, so everyone gets pissed about their little things.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I like hope I'm not a 10. I feel like that's a question for other people, not for me.
Have you ever said or done something racist?
I'm sure I have. Like microaggressions are a part of life, and I have.
What's a microaggression?
I mean, just saying things that
What,
you
like
don't understand
me?
in the moment that can be.
I do like, like little funny racist jokes here and there. Oh yeah, I'm just
harmful or hurtful or perpetuate stereotypes.
What's the most racist thing you've ever done?
Maybe just like move to the other side of the room when I see someone, or just like have like a racist thought in my head, and I'm just like, oh, why did I think that,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
Factually, Black people do not have the structural power in the United States to be racist.
Racism comes from people in power in a position to have authority against those that do not have that power and that authority. Someone who identifies with the minority community, it is not possible for me to be racist. So I believe that to an extent.
I mean, is it racist to like be racist to racist?
I actually don't believe that black people can be racist.
Maybe.
I don't know, bro. Like, there's still a couple of hesitant moments around like white people, especially. I'm predicting how their behavior will be because of the color of their skin, which is like definitely racist. But it's like, it's a reaction. It's a reaction rather than like, I hate those people. It's like, I hate that those people probably hate me. So
Yeah.
It's like rough around a lot of Latino.
I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. We just make jokes with each other, you know? I don't hate anybody. I love everybody. But we make jokes. Okay?
And blacks, and they always told me, they were all like, yeah, white people's the enemy and we should avoid them, and I always just had that kind of mindset, you know?
I realized that the anger was hurting me more than anyone else around me, so it just took a lot of self-reflecting, figuring out where that anger was coming from, and then, just learning to control it better.
There are natural biases, especially when, you like are a person of color, because you, in essence, want to protect yourself, and there's a lot of things that have happened to you and people you know.
But I would say that I feel like I am very biased sometimes, or that I group people and I like kind of go along with stereotypes.
A black person can be racist to a Hispanic person. A black person could be racist to Pacific Islander. I can still be prejudiced.
Racist is like, they hate you. You know what I'm saying? They really, really hate you. Like, they don't care. Like the real white people, like in the KKK, they think of a black person, they think a rock has more purpose than a black person. That's insane. And that's racist as fuck.
Scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
I'm gonna go with a 4, just because of ingrained shit. Lived in a small town, moved to the big city, and learned a lot, so.
How racist are you?
There you go, that's a real one.
Maybe
right
like a 5?
I feel like 5 is a safe number for anyone to start at, and then you can work yourself.
I think that everyone's really, really biased. So I'd probably say 5 or 6.
I think we're all racist given the society we live in and the way racism is ingrained in us.
There's a lot of shit that I...
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Learned consciously and subconsciously that it takes a while to know that it's happening and then a while to really undo what's happening.
I was raised by like Catholic white parents. I can't help that, like as a child, I learned certain things that like now living in a very progressive city, I would like highly disagree with.
What's the most racist thing you've ever done?
I used to work retail, and my managers on the walkie would like tell me to customer service certain people, like on the walkie. Like their descriptions were just like, just cringe. Like.
And you like participated?
Yeah. Once.
Poor girl, dude. She probably did that to not get fired, bro. She should have exposed that business. Right? Am I bugging? She should have exposed that business. Wow, that poor girl, dude. Look at her face. She looks like she's about to cry right now. So fucked up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
The furthest negative that you could possibly believe in.
I don't think I'm racist at all.
I'm gonna go for 0, but I do think sometimes, like, if we're not aware, casual racism occurs.
So I don't really.
She got paid to be racist. Yes, she did. I don't know. She didn't say where she was working at.
They notice people's color or really hold any judgments.
Some people just like have like a culture and like a way of thinking where they don't realize they're playing into like stereotypes.
I think a lot of people have some type of like internalized racism, so I don't think anyone is really like a 0.
How racist are you?
Intentionally racist, I would say 0. There have been moments where I've said something ignorant and was corrected. One of my friends at the time was like Egyptian, and I like made an assumption that like one of her gods were a cat. She just didn't respond well to that.
I feel like you should reevaluate your number, maybe.
Yeah, she's a 4. She's a 4 racist for sure. I'll give her a 4.
Oh no.
How racist are you?
I try my best to be close to the 1-2 range. Sometimes stereotypes will pop up in my head. That used to make me feel really guilty that I like would think these stereotypes. But then I learned that like being anti-racist isn't just like not having any prejudices. It's in fact recognizing when they pop up and dismissing them and knowing like that isn't true, that's just a stereotype, that's just a prejudice.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how racist are you?
But I think everyone has that internalized biases, so I'd say I'm maybe a 2.
Maybe a 2 or 3. 3.
I will give myself a 3.
A 3, because I'm not active enough with it. Wherever you grew up, like you kind of, I'm not gonna say like you can't help it, but you're kind of fed things when you're little.
I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
And I recognize that I am a white person and I have a lot of white privilege, and I've benefited a lot in my career and in the world from the color of my skin. And I can't say that I haven't, like, at some points enjoyed reaping the rewards of the colors of my skin.
Growing up in... What the fuck is she talking about? Pretty much super proud to be white like that? That's a high 8 for me, boy. Right? Or am I bugging? I don't know.
In a small town that was predominantly white, I think there's a lot of unconscious bias to be mitigated, and caring more about seeming like you're a bad person rather than just like genuinely being a good person, whether you get credit for that or not.
What's the most racist thing you've done?
I don't know if it's like me being racist, but it's like me being in the face of racism and being racist back. So I was in Turkey in 2020 during like China virus, and people wouldn't let me on public transportation because they thought I was Chinese, so I would just tell them I'm Korean. I would just pick a different race whenever. Like, I was like, konnichiwa, I'm Japanese, and they're like, all right, come on in, you know? So.
Wow. You were playing on their racism.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the most racist thing that's happened to you?
I've been called a wetback.
Flat out, I've been called the N-word.
How'd that make you feel?
That's fucked
Hurts, you know? Just be judged immediately off of the color of my skin.
When I was a kid, like the neighbors used to not play with me because I was black, and they would play with my brother because he was light skinned.
What can people do
That's
to
fucked
dismantle
up,
their
dude.
own racism?
That's a personal journey. As a black man, I'm not here to educate you, but there's plenty of resources out there. I always say look inward in moments where you feel uncomfortable, lean into that. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way?
Mr. Delectable Ramen Noodle.